Happy New Year, guys. I am Jay Credo, and welcome to part 2 of From Liege with Love, the YouTube series chosen by the fans for the fans, where we take one of the oldest clubs in Belgian football history and we try to replicate their past. They were one of the first clubs, or the first club, to be crowned Belgian champions within football. They now reside out of Tier 3 within Belgium. Can we take them on a journey, and can we make them the top #1 side within Belgium and Europe? Stay tuned. Hey up, guys, welcome to part 2 of From Liege with Love. You have joined me here in the club info screen. Where we last left off, we just started the game. We went into the introduction of the players, the introduction of the tactic going to be used, and we have also played out the duration of pre-season and the first transfer window. We are currently on the first opening game of the season, which will be live later for you guys. But until then, let's jump straight into some of the ins and outs and the ongoings at RFC Liege. There's been a few. Go into transfers. Now, in our transfer history, again, we had a very poor budget. That budget was soaked up anytime a player came in, a wage budget minus. We had to be really sort of vigilant with some of the players that we actually brought into the club. Now, looking at things, there was a lot of players brought in before I came into the helm. So going probably from Zual, which is a left back. I believe it was our first acquisition, was Jonas Zuhal, a 22-year-old French left back, 3-star current ability, 4-star potential ability. Now, his technical attributes are pretty decent. He can play as a winger as well, which we were looking for because we wanted to go down the route of a 4-4-2 in our system. His physicalities are good. Stamina kind of lets him down, but his work rate kind of divvies that out. Again, crossing 13, first touch of 13, technique of 12, and he is on £300 a week, which is an absolute steal. And we've given him the famous number 3 shirt as well, as the famous left back is. We also went out and signed Gael Koguji, which is a centre back who can play in a mixed variation of positions at the back. Centre defender, ball playing defender, libero, and a no nonsense centre back. Going back into it, guys, we'll have a look at one of the players that I'm probably most pumped about bringing into the squad. He is very much the David Beckham of the team. He is on corners, throw-ins. He can even be on goal kicks if he wants to be on goal kicks. It is Jad Moudib, another French. He's Algerian but trained in France, and the club trained at is Cannes. He's a central midfielder, but he's very versatile. And looking at some of his attributes, passing at 15, long shots at 10. And believe you me, he has scored a few crackers from set pieces, getting on the second balls from the long shots as well this season. In pre-season, first touch of 15. He has got it in his locker to be such a technical, creative player. He just needs to up his vision. He needs to up his long shots, his dribbling maybe, and his composure. And I tell you what, he is going to be a world beater at this standard. I don't think he's going to be with us very long. If we do not get promoted, the top boys are going to pinch him. Again, we got him on a free. We then went down the route of a couple of loan signings from Valenciennes, which is a Ligue 2 side in France. Abigail Lemar, we needed a backup right midfielder. I thought he fits the bill, you know what I mean? Crossing the 12. His physicalities are okay. His first touch, 13. But the things that let him down is obviously is off the ball, his passing and his technique. But if he's just going to be playing 45 minutes here, 20 minutes there, then he's just going to do enough to cover in, I suppose. Another player we have signed, which I didn't want to sign, but we needed to. And it wasn't until after we signed him, I realised that we shouldn't have signed him. He is a quality player, but his wages are absolutely ridiculous. He's valued at 99 grand, or 99k. His wages are 1.3. I think he is the highest earner within our squad. His name is Alun Kamara. He can play as a centre-half, and he can also play as a CDM. So we have changed our system. We went from the 4-4-2. We have gone to shake your tick attacker. We are going to see if it works in the third tier of Belgian football. It didn't work in the second tier of Romania, but maybe there's a class difference. Let me take you into our results in pre-season and just tell you why I changed before we go into it and break down some of the player roles and break down some of the key positions that are going to work within our system. So let's go into our schedule and let's have a look at our pre-season. We played the first game in a 4-4-2 and lost 2-1. We played the second game. We were 3-0 up and then we folded and we ended up winning the game 3-2 just. But the thing is, this happens in with this formation. You need to manage your game a lot better in the lower leagues than you do in the higher leagues because anything can happen. Then we played the 4-4-2 again and lost 3-1 away. So we changed it up. We switched to the shaky tick attackers without changing too much within the system. We ended up getting a 3-0 win. We then played Arul, which are a team sort of around the same standard as us, and we drew 0-0. We played Sparta Pagam and won 3-1, playing in that 4-3-3 tick attacker system, and we just went on to beat Kazao by a very, very fortunate penalty. But that was using the 4-3-3 again. We have got a game coming up against Winkelsport now away. Let's see how the tick attacker fares in the Belgian League 3 or the Belgian First Amateur Division League, which is the third tier of Belgian football. Let's get into the tactics. Let's break it down. Because we brought Kamara into the side, I normally play a deep line playmaker here. We have opted to go for a halfback. So when our wingers get on, when our wingbacks get on to support, our halfback's going to drop in this gap here. These two are going to push out a little bit wide, almost sitting on the edge of the 18-yard box. And when we are on the attack, we are then forming a back three, which means if we get caught on the counter attack, we're covered. We've also got Matubib or Madbib playing as a box-to-box midfielder. And this is the guy I didn't show you as well. We've got him on loan. His name is Liege. Alexis Lieri. He is French. Is on loan from Rodinand. But again, he is a very versatile centre midfielder. And I think he has got what it takes with the right exposure and the right game time and experience. I think he's got what it takes. This team here is very much a like-for-like replica of the sort of best 11. One more player I want to show you before we get into the game is Conejo. Ernesto Conejo is a left winger. He can also play as a left midfielder and a CAM. He has previously trained in Spain and at Barcelona. Let's have a look at his history before we get into it. He went from Barcelona from 2008 to 2012. Then he went and played for Benfica, Malaga, however, St. Joseph's in Gibraltar, and now he is at Liege. A player that has come through Barcelona's youth academy, playing in Belgium, third tier. What can go wrong? Right, guys, so we have got our best 11, which we'll just flip over to the team report. Destello, Rocher, Kirsten, Khabib, Debate. Let's have a look. Debate, Rocher, Kaguji is going to play there. Kajab and Destello. Again, they are all players that have been picked by myself, but they do match up with the best 11 as well. Primarily, they are the best 11 in the side. We got Maheo out wide, number 7 Maheo. We've got him on a free transfer again, £400 a week. He is scoring some absolute blinders in pre-season. Let's hope he can occupy that inverted winger role as well as he has been doing in pre-season. So what we're going to do at the minute, we're going to clear our subs. We're going to quick pick, unpick positions. Obviously, they've put some silly... There is some minimum of 2... Oh, here we go. If the minimum number of players in the match squad cannot be met, spaces must be left on the substitutes bench. So, basically, we've got a minimum of 2 under-21 players in a match day squad. You've got none. Well, for some reason, it's still letting us go to the game, so bugger it. We'll have to review that. I didn't know that, you know what I mean? I didn't know. It's always a problem when you're in these positions. At least 2 players must be met in the match day squad. So, 2 under-21 players. You've got Dennis... Oh, I'll tell you what. Let's just do... Out you go, son. Midfield left. Let's get rid of my champs. Let's get team back in the squad. Let's go. So a couple of people are happy with their roles and sort of the system. A couple of people are not. But hey ho, that is life. Game exposure, exposure to the system, exposure to the tactic, and winning games is only going to improve that. Let's just hope that the shaky tick attackers works in Belgium Tier 3. We are favourites. No, all the best out there tonight. We are favourites. Just go out there, relax, play a natural game. The result will come. We're going to pump fists at all lines of attack, and we're going to tell them that they've got the ability to make the difference. We're going to skip that and get straight into the game. This is going to be fun. This is 2.0 of me murdering pronunciations of names. You love to see it. I hate pronouncing names, because guarantee you I'm always getting them wrong. Habib down the right-hand side, plays the ball in from the wing-back position. Kamara, Costello. Can you see on the overlap? He doesn't need to. Corner kick. Corner kick's being swung in by Madib. Oh, he's hit the beans on toast. The keeper's managed to save it as well. Good pressure from the edge in this opening 14 minutes. Maheo in the inverted winger role pings it into the box. But again, we're looking comfortable with dropping someone in at the back when we go forward. I think that's going to suit us well. Oh, long throws coming in. Ernest Cornejo, our Barcelona wonder kid at the age of 27, crops up. Look at Khabib with this throw, or Khabib, however you pronounce his name. Oh, it's gone straight through. Long throw. Ernest Cornejo. Brilliant stuff. Not the tick-attack of football you like to see, but it's a goal nonetheless. Liege then, obviously one game played, moved up to third position. Let's demand more out of that, boys. Let's deal with this. I think some of our main aims this season is to obviously get a respectable league position or league standing and go on a decent just go on a decent cup run as well, just to generate some revenue and generate some income into the club. Oh, how did you not finish that? Dressing room. Things are going well, but I know you're capable of even better. Point the finger. You weren't that bad. You weren't that bad. You were awful, but still, you weren't that bad. Give them a bit of optimism going into the second half. It is only the first game of the season. First competitive league game, or first competitive game using this formation. So, hey, let's see where it goes. Let's demand more out of this. The fact that we're not working the ball in open play is concerning. Or whether the replays are just not showing us that. Let's win the ball. No way. Oh, we were very, very lucky. That defensive line is way too high. Demand more out of the entire team. I think the centre forward is going to come off. Bugger man. We've got Suarez. He's not. He can play at the back apparently. No, this bugger man can. He can also play up top. I think he's like Peter Crouch. Confirmed sub. Let's get someone else off as well. Gregory Mahou on the right hand side. Nathan Rhodes can slip in there, but then so can Kajib. Right back, John Casten. There we go. We hang on for a 1-0 win from a throw-in. That would be shocking. Pass completion's been good. Possession's been good. There it is, guys. 1-0 opening win. Some of the player ratings are pretty decent. But again, we have got a lot to work on and a lot to do to master this system going forward. That has been pretty good. Well done, lads. That was a good win. Anything extra, it's just going to complicate things. Right, guys, I have been Jay Credo. You have been awesome. I hope you all have a good new year. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to be a lot better than this shit show that we've just got through. Well done for getting through it, guys. And thank you all so much for your continuous support, Your feedback is absolute paramount to the direction in which this channel goes in. There are a lot of you I could single-handedly thank right now, but you know who you are. Stay awesome, stay safe, stay well, stay you.